everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pause Your Game Podcast. We are here once again. It is the end of summer, which is
He's talking quietly for some reason.
Do you want me to talk?
Dramatic effect.
Dramatic
my
effect
God.
of this podcast. We're gonna whisper for the rest of this episode.
We're gonna whisper, so you have to listen real close.
Jesus
not with
Christ.
that.
Why would you
So,
do that to the poor people?
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right?
terrible.
Why
Well,
would-
can we just save that for Halloween and not pre-Halloween?
Oh,
School supplies are in, man. School supplies.
oh
God.
man, yeah. It's the end of summer. School starts soon at some point. Like we were talking
School
about
has
before.
started. Wherever you live, school has
No, it
started,
hasn't
okay?
started yet.
It has.
It's like
It
first
has
week of
started.
My
September.
nephew went back. Oh, I'm at.
Damn right. See?
My nephew went back. Some schools do it after Labor Day, but some do it before.
Yeah, first week of September was always when I had school. That's when that started. So
Well,
Well,
you
our-
know, Jersey, they take an extra
children-
week or two to get their shit together
Yeah.
because they have beaches.
the children
Son of
around
a
here are
beach.
still unleashed and wild.
No, here
Yeah,
they
yeah.
started a few weeks ago. So
Jesus.
See, everybody, most of the kids in Jersey, at least half of them, like go to the beach and lifeguard for the rest of the summer as though that's a real job.
It's a thing that people do around here. Like you just go to the fucking beach.
it's a thing.
That's where you work, right? That's where you work, and so basically call it work, and they get paid like it's work, you know, in
Like
some
it's
kind of
work?
summer-
like it's
like some
work.
kind of summer job, but really you spend the summer at the freaking beach, and that's why they can't start before Labor Day, because on the East
got a
Coast
beach.
it's been like a century-long tradition that Labor Day is like the last holiday to get
No,
to the
I think
beach.
that's on the West Coast
Yes.
too, because I remember going to school in California. It started in September.
What
Yeah.
you're saying, Beth, is it's a coastal city.
It's a coastal city
Coastal
thing.
city
Yeah,
thing.
coastal state thing.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
But if you're living in the center of the
for
country or in the
Maine.
desert or anywhere else, you know, then you're starting earlier.
Sure, that's great. I love
Yeah.
how we're just like really hammering it on here with the
School shit.
the geography and school shit.
I know this
Yeah.
shit, man. I mean, you know, I used to come from this sort of venue, so
Yes, you do. You used to be Jersey born or
Yes.
raised.
I'm sorry.
Raised. I should
Or-
say Jersey
God, I'm
raised
sorry.
at some point. Yeah,
you know, look,
you
I'll
say
be
that,
It's a
but then
Jersey
he,
thing.
he hates his current state way more.
I hate my current state more than I hate Jersey. Look, I'll be straight up with people. Jersey gets a bad rap. Yes, they can't manage their money. They've got corruption so far down the ranks in their government that you can't see the bottom of it. But in the end, it's really kind of a nice place. It really
Right.
is. Because
Say.
the people there, they don't have any standards.
No,
So,
don't
you know,
give a
they're not
shit.
going
They let Kevin
not gonna-
Smith make movies there.
Yeah,
right.
there's
They're-
that.
There's
they're
a
not
comic
gonna-
book store around here too.
That's right. They're not going to judge you. All right.
Oh,
You
man,
can
what's a
be
comic book
whatever you
store?
want to be in New Jersey, and no
Yeah.
one will ever judge you because they are just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I mean, it's kind of liberating that way. And-
We don't
and like I
discriminate.
said, that's right. You don't
We don't-
Oh,
discriminate.
yeah,
There's
J.
no
Wow
standards. There's
Snooki
no
lives
cutoff.
there.
Yeah, you got some of the worst
Very
trash on
postmodern,
TV
Yeah.
coming from New Jersey.
Now,
And
to be
it's-
clear, they are technically from New York
Oh,
because it is
No.
they're-
say my
Well,
my
Yeah, they're in
Technically, they
Staten
are.
Island.
Technically, they are, but
Yeah.
really
It's
it's
all the
North
same
Jersey
shitty
by
water.
another name. Yeah.
my ex is from Jersey, and he does this whole "it's a Jersey" thing, and I want to fucking slap him.
No, I've seen those people. I know where those people live. All right,
One
I've
lives
met
out
those
here.
people.
So
What Mitch is refraining from telling you, or forgetting to tell you, is that New Jersey is actually two states.
Yes, there's
Yes,
there's North
yes.
Jersey,
North
There's
Jersey.
North
which is,
Jersey.
which is more affiliated with New York, and then there's South
Yes.
Jersey, which is more affiliated with Philly.
Yes.
South Jersey is a lot nicer and cleaner of a place than North Jersey is. And that's
Right.
not to say that North Jersey doesn't have some nice and clean places, but there's this weird middle area that's really shitty. And
like, they're just that middle area.
that like Trenton area, real crappy. Like, so once you get outside of that, it's fine, but you got to get through it. And yeah, and you probably won't even see the nice parts if you take like certain roads. Like if you take the fucking Parkway, yeah, it'll just be all trash the whole way. So it's just you got to get off of that road. I mean, it gets real shitty once you start getting up there, but
Damn.
you just got to
they
get off.
call
of
it
that
the Parkway, but really it just takes you through the worst parts.
It really does. And it straight up, I mean, okay, not to detract too much by this is a podcast about video games, but it really, I mean, in some parts, it's like they literally just cut out a hole of the shitty parts. And they're like, you're going to just drive in the middle of this right here. And it's going to be,
Right.
and it's weird too, because it's not like it's just a guarded off area that you're in the middle. It's like depressed, like you're lower than the rest of it, so you're looking up at the crappy parts above you. It's a very odd design at certain points, but
Yeah.
this
So
is
there
a
you
show
go.
about games.
Everything you never wanted to know about New Jersey.
Short end of it, yeah. I'm in Jersey, so you know, if you're a fan and you're in Jersey, there you go. You can resonate with this. But
Yes.
let's actually fucking talk about game news.
Right?
Do we have
make a
to?
game.
Do we have?
Yeah,
Until
right.
they make a game about New Jersey, which I'll tell you what, they could make a Fallout New Jersey.
I would play it.
And they
the
really
shit out of
wouldn't
it.
have to, like
Change
depending
much.
on where they shoot that stuff, they
It
really
should
wouldn't
be
have
the
to
shore.
change a thing.
It should be the shore. And you should be able to go down and find, you know, like Tom's River, and then you'll find like that one and only like semi-famous White Castle that's down there. And yeah, that should be a thing. It should be a thing in Fallout.
And you eat the food and you get more radiation and instantly die.
Yeah, that
right.
sounds about right.
Exactly. See, you could have it set in Trenton, which would be a
Horrifying.
post-apocalyptic
Well, you could set it in
wasteland.
Trenton right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right?
saying.
And it would be you don't need a time jump.
post-apocalyptic wasteland,
Dead on.
and then you could set it in like, you know, Atlantic City, like, you know,
Yeah.
after Trump's completely had his way with it, and
Right.
it's a post-apocalyptic
A
wasteland.
hurricane and Trump later. It'll be ravaged. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
Atlantic City, the
I just
new
think
New
about
Vegas.
that. Yeah.
They should do it. I mean, that would be cool at AC. I mean, you'd have like this really nice district and then this really horrible, terrible district right next to it, and then a road that just kind of leads into it. It'd be cool. Like it spreads out. It's like country until you get in there, and then it's a big city, and then just destitute, poor area.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but
Bethesda.
all the ghouls can live in there. That's how it's
We're,
set up.
we're telling you, Bethesda, that New Jersey is the perfect setting for the next
I'm
Fallout.
saying, yeah,
Yep.
fuck New Orleans. Like they get too much credit. All right, there's too much. There's too much focus in New Orleans. You know, why don't you come over to like where it really fucking matters? Come down to Jersey, and let's get that Fallout Atlantic City. Let's do that. I want to see that one. That's where New Vegas should have been fucking set. God damn it. So we're gonna talk about news again.
Are we?
We are,
I don't
we are
know,
segueing
man.
into the news. We segued into video games. We see. I provided a segue.
We're really struggling here on this one.
from our New Jersey.
It's been a rough morning, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking horrifying. So we have let's go into some. I mean, it's bad
It's
news.
just like, please,
Please,
let's
for
just,
the love of
let's
God,
just
let's just
go.
get
It's
this out of the
bad-
way.
It's bad news, but it's not. You know, I mean, I think for us it's good news, but it's bad news for who we're talking about. So
Are you gonna mention
GameStop,
them?
GameStop has basically taken a drop in their total sales for
Oh,
the
no!
entirety of last year.
Oh god.
Here's in their earnings report. The company is reporting that they lost, what was it, 6.2% drop in total sales from last year, and a major drop in console sales. So their console
Double
sales went
kill.
down a 33%. That's a chunk right there, by the way.
That's a
33.
double kill right
I
there.
mean,
Double kill.
who's gonna go out and buy? I mean, you've got new ones coming out, so if you're gonna get a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you might as well wait. Same thing
Right.
with a Wii U. You're not gonna go out and buy a Wii U. The NX
But
is
that's
coming out.
I mean, this is not like. I mean, yeah, you're right that there's stuff coming out. There's definitely stuff coming out soon, but
Well, yeah.
still, I mean, these are cheap. I mean, this is basically reporting.
6.2% is no
This is
laughing
basically reporting on before we were really getting into the prime time of these things. You know, to think about. I mean, this is Q2 of 2016. So what's that? That's like, you know, spring and summer. That area. That would be Q2.
Well,
So-
you've got people, you know, that go on vacations that aren't letting their kids sit around playing video games. Not only that, but
I'm
if
just
you
saying this
bought one
is
for
like
Christmas-
pre E3 time. This is like pre E3 earnings reports, right?
What this really is, okay, is the 6.2% drop is the least drop when you figure everything they have together.
Right.
But when you get to the console sales, it's 33%.
And their game
And
sales.
when you get to the
look here,
game sales, it's 18%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are major chunks. Those are major chunks. And really, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there and say that this is dematerialization happening. The boxes are going away, folks. The material items, the things
Well,
you hold in your
GameStop
hand.
is just fucking going away. Period.
I know.
Doesn't
GameStop
mean
is going away, yeah. Unless they find some way to be in virtual reality or some non-material medium, they're going to disappear. Their future is
just
post
poof. We don't have a
post-apocalyptic.
poof noise, but we
Yeah.
need one now.
We need
Just
one.
a
Well, use the bomb one or the door finding from Zelda. That's close enough. There you
There you go.
go.
We
I
can
think-
make it
I
work.
think I don't know if
it's-
that conveys the same message.
I honestly think it's because GameStop mostly is becoming a jack of all trades.
The dirty
Master
jack of
of
all
none?
trades.
Yeah, like they've got
Real
yeah,
dirty.
pretty much. They
Real
used to
dirty.
be it used to be games. Well now you can get iPads and iPhones and now you can
Like,
get
who fucking-
Android
who's
stuff.
getting an
you can get
iPad at
pop vi-
GameStop?
Yeah, you can get. I mean, you're not gonna go to GameStop to buy other things. You know, GameStop in the name is supposed to be where you get your games from.
You
But-
tell him, Brad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
walked past one of their stores the other day, like a month or two ago, and that they weren't sell. I mean, half the stuff they were selling was not actual games.
I'll tell you,
I mean,
the
they
only-
literally the outline of the walls now on like a third of the store are games, and then everything else is pop vinyl and T-shirts and board games and
Right,
shit. You're
right.
not going to GameStop for.
Yeah, you got. You know what the
Yeah.
weird thing is? You got to go up and ask for a game. That's the real strange part. Like you can't just take it off the shelf or anything like that. So like the whole shelf of all of it is just display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing physically there. So why the fuck would you put games when they're all hidden behind the counter?
Yeah.
You're just putting fucking shirts.
Well, they don't want people stealing them.
Well, no, I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if your entire floor plan, like, if you're trying to think of like the efficiency of your fucking store, right? You're like basically you're using all this space to just have placeholders, like images. They're
Yeah.
basically images, right? I mean, if the person's gonna go up and ask for it anyway, you don't need fucking empty boxes sitting there. You put shirts. And,
Well,
and
I
other
look at
shit.
it this way. You
I
look
don't know.
how
if you don't know
how,
what you want,
It's the
Beth, you can't always get what you want,
this is true.
but if you try sometimes,
but if you try to,
You get what you need.
That's
Oh, you can
right.
Karaoke. I didn't know we were karaokeing.
That's
today.
right.
Shit.
yeah,
I
This
didn't
is a
study
crazy
my
Sunday.
lyrics.
Yeah,
yeah,
what
you
the
didn't
hell,
come in
Brad?
prepared.
I didn't. I'm not
Yeah.
prepared.
You can go Google search them now for a chance of getting a virus.
No, I'm good. I'll pass
I
on
need
that.
to know the story behind that at some point.
What?
This virus thing, because you sent that.
Have you
thing.
never been to like? Okay, not to detract from this, but have you never been to any lyric site like ever? They
have.
are like the scum of the internet in terms of what they try to like push on your computer when you fucking go look up these lyrics.
No, I didn't. I didn't realize that. I've
Go-
looked
go
up some
take a- go
lyrics
take a
and
gander.
like
Go
I've
look up some
never had
lyrics.
No,
any
no.
fucking
We can
issue.
barely get her to keep her fucking internet for weeks at a time. Let's not go fuck up her computer now.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Let's not break it more.
Let's not
Let's-
break
Oh
it
my
more.
God.
She's a hard enough time keeping fucking internet going.
That's right. That's right.
You think being out in the desert, that's the one thing their fucking provider could do is keep them entertained, but no,
Nope.
he can't.
No, they tell him go outside, play in the sand.
Yeah, nobody
You
nobody
got-
wants
you got
to.
that. Yeah, you got some old guy on a bike like powering the internet generator.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Can't start a fucking wheel.
generator has been started.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god.
But it's not one of these things that you're going to anymore. You're not going to GameStop. I mean,
No. Who the fuck's going into GameStop? I'll tell you, the last time I went into GameStop,
Call of
was
Duty
to-
people are going to GameStop.
Because they're
Fuck those people.
douchebags.
Are those people we want? Are those people we want?
No, they don't consider themselves actual gamers, so I'm okay with that.
Right, they're just Call of Duty people. That's
Yeah,
all.
They're duty people.
Duty.
Duty.
To be honest, to be a little bit fairer to GameStop.
Don't be fair.
After we've slapped them so many times. It
Well,
hurts.
come on, let's slap them a
But,
couple more times, and then you can go.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's what I'm waiting for someone to do to GameStop.
Couldn't matter,
'em down.
misery.
But yeah, before we take them out back, behind the chemical shed, and
Fucking
do
old
what must be
Yeller.
done.
Old Yeller.
All the retail, all the physical stores are experiencing the same decline. I mean, really. I mean, when I walk into a lot of the other stores, I mean,
What
they're all
stores are
kind
you
of
walking
struggling,
into?
so-
Just
Do you
curiosity.
even leave your
Yeah.
house?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when do you leave your house?
I do. Okay.
Other
okay,
than to
I'll
go to work.
admit that the last time I visited, right?
Visited.
Was
Oh,
was
God.
like one of the 1 or 2 times during the year that I actually go out and visit a physical store.
I love how it's
So-
called visiting.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm gracing them with my
Is
presence.
that the
There
same
you
way
go.
when you visit your sick grandparents in the nursing home? You're just visiting.
He doesn't. No, you're under the wrong idea. He doesn't visit them. Period. Like, what are you
Oh,
talking
okay.
about?
Brad,
He's
my
just waiting
grandparents
for
are dead.
He's just waiting for the inheritance.
Yeah, he didn't visit them then, and he's
my
not going to visit
grandparents are
them
dead,
now.
Brad.
Ah.
So no, I'm not visiting them.
Well, you can visit them at the cemetery.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Well, he
true.
probably actually goes visits them there. That's where he gains his powers. But
no,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
required. He's
Necromancer.
required. No. He's required to once a month. Otherwise, he doesn't get part of his inheritance. That's what
oh
happened.
yeah,
They're like, we know you weren't going to come visit us in the nursing home, so you're coming here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some old guy that he has to sign saying he was there to put in his hours so he
It's
can
the
get a little
standard.
bit of money.
It's the standard spooky castle clause in any
Yeah.
inheritance.
Yeah.
Castle Claus.
Yeah.
I love it.
Required to bring roses and all that shit and flowers and.
You have to go live in the mansion for one night and
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah.
It's I mean,
That
it's
should be a
fucking-
month.
This is standard.
This is really is.
It starts out fine, the first 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, oh God, sweet fucking Jesus, bring the fucking holy water.
That was too close.
There you go.
You were almost
Yeah.
a Jill sandwich.
That you were almost.
Brilliant.
a Jill sandwich.
What were we talking about?
GameStop slowly dying in a nursing home, basically.
Game suck.
Games suck.
Games
All right.
suck.
Game suck.
I don't know. I mean, they're gonna always, as long as they have games for the.
I sure goddamn hope they have games when I fucking
Well,
want.
I'm saying as long as they still have their stuff, as long as they still have physical games, GameStop will always be around. They're gonna get by.
Well,
you know,
they're just gonna become. They're just gonna drop game from the. It's just gonna be stop.
Stop.
That's
Stop!
that's
Don't come
the
in here. Is it like Target? No, I'm just practicing.
Yeah,
when
just
you
stop.
go into Target,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just stop.
Stop.
It really that's actually I think a
STAHP,
great
stop.
idea for a fucking retail store. It's just stop, and it's a big ass fucking stop sign.
Right.
That's good. I like that. Let's
Yeah,
make that
I mean,
happen.
they're worried about it now. The way
I like
things
quick
are.
stop.
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad. But what I think it was this week, Amazon had Doom for like $20.
Yeah,
Yep.
it did.
GameStop's not gonna match that, and that's
We
part of the
posted
problem.
it.
Is they're not gonna match prices like that. They just can't do that.
They
Yeah,
can't
cannot.
afford it. Yeah.
So-
It's very rare that I buy something from GameStop that is like a better deal elsewhere. It's very rare.
I had a buddy going to GameStop and to get the pop
Did he make
vinyl
it back?
Yeah, he did. He's still alive. He made it out.
Good.
But he bought the Overwatch pop vinyl. I think it was either Soldier 76 or Reaper was a GameStop exclusive.
Right. So he had to go.
Yeah, so he went and then he got that, and as he was getting out, they're like, "Oh, do you want to buy the game?" He's like, "Yeah, I kind of already own it."
Oh,
Like, why would
Do
you
you want to
have
buy the
to-
game?
Yeah, it's
Like, why-
I think, yeah.
welcome to our,
But
our
then
novelty shop.
I've got, yeah, right. Welcome. They're sending gremlins in the fucking back and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I've got a buddy who uses GameStop religiously. He buys all his games from GameStop. He turns in his games to buy other games from GameStop. You know what I mean? And he, 'cause
He's
there's
in
one
the
by
system
house.
is what you're
He's
saying.
basically in the system, but at the same time, he's turning around and, he's using it for what GameStop wants their customers for. And, I mean, that's good for him,
Their souls.
for the most part.
Oh, okay. All right.
So-
Well, let's move on. We don't. There is no fun segue for this.
No.
I'm just gonna let you all know that don't expect anything.
Aww.
So next up we have is Steam Spy. For those who don't know, Steam Spy is like a little privately run project that basically tries to estimate sales for a given product on Steam. It does not.
Do we not have? Okay, I gotta ask this very obvious question. Do we not actually have a way to measure sales of games on Steam?
They have to be disclosed. So like if it's your game, you obviously have that information. But no, we do not have a legitimate way of knowing for like 100% fact of how much something is sold unless
Why is that so difficult to get?
because you don't have access to the part that
He's
the devs
talking about
have.
us. We don't have access to it, but the
As consumers.
Steam and the game makers do.
Right.
So why do we not have access to that?
Why do we-
Because
Why
It's
do we-
their information that they have
is
to
that-
disclose.
Is that basically PR winning the information game and basically saying, "Oh no, you can't have this information"? In other words, every
you
month I
saying-
read something. Every month I read something new about how Facebook and everybody else gets more information about its users without their consent, really, and everything else. And everybody's always, the internet and Google and all of that stuff is free to collect all their information. But when it comes to a simple, very valid, relevant thing like game sales, we can't have that information because the companies say no.
Well, you don't have that information in terms of digital sales because it's all within the system, right? So the only
why
people,
is that so hard to track?
Because it's digital sales.
It's not hard for them to track. It's hard for us to track.
That.
Why can't they just turn over what they have?
Well, they
They-
can,
they
but they have to
usually
do
do.
that
They usually
So why
do.
are they not doing that?
because sometimes you don't want to for various, shady ass reasons.
Yeah.
I think it's
Shady.
bullshit. All right, not to detract us from the topic, but I just think that's
Well,
total
okay,
bullshit.
so here's the thing. I mean, this is a perfect example. Let's put on your imagination caps for a second, and let's take a trip down.
Oh Christ.
Okay, sure, Beth. We'll take a trip down Christ. So let's set up a little scenario. You have a game that has reviewed well but has poor sales. So let's say somebody knows of that information. Say they only know part of that information. Say they don't know about the reviewing well. They just hear, oh, it got poor sales. What is your initial thought?
Don't buy it.
You'll buy it, right?
Why not? Why wouldn't you buy it?
Because you heard it did poorly.
Well, it's usually
didn't sell a lot.
Usually people
So
go by the reviews, though.
Yeah, people go by the reviews.
Not
I'm saying-
everybody.
Not
Not
everybody,
everybody.
but typically.
Fair, but most people do.
But I'm saying in this, okay, so for example, the idea here is that you didn't come across the review first. You came across the sales data.
Well, why would
So
you
you-
do that?
Why would
you
yeah,
read
exactly.
You read a news article?
Well,
you, read
you
something
typed
about
in
it?
you typed in review. You typed in a game review, and
Or you just typed in a game name.
game
and it
name,
just came
and
up like
you
news.
got sales instead of reviews.
Right, say it
But
came
if
up
you
as
specifically looked for reviews, why would you hit the sales?
But you're
Right, the
assuming
first
that
thing I see
somebody
on
is
Steam is
specifically
not-
going
is-
through that.
Most
I
of
mean,
the time when I'm looking for a game, like for example on Steam, I get the reviews, not the sales.
what if you're sitting there and you didn't wow, this thing is really anyway, what if you're just you typed in a game. Pick a game. Pick a game.
I don't know.
Just fucking
I mean,
pick a game.
Let's say Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
You typed in Deus Ex Mankind Divided into Google, right? Just type it into Google.
You want me to type it in
Type
right
it
now?
into the Google machine.
Yeah. I want you to type it in right now. Just the title. Okay, did you type it in?
He's working on it.
He's
Type it
slow.
in. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Did you get
yeah,
lost?
I got it.
Okay.
No, I got it.
What's the top thing?
Changes for better frame rates.
Okay. What's the second and third thing?
The patch gets tough on these overly sensitive mice. Richard's cult of personality. Wikipedia
What's number 4?
Divided on Steam.
He's not proving his point here.
No, he is.
No, you. Well,
No,
yeah.
I know. No, this is proving my point. What's
Deus
number
Ex
4?
Universe, Deus Ex Divided for PC reviews.
Okay, there you go. So, when it comes to searching for anything on the fucking internet, we all know, this is just straight up fact, that it's the top 2 positions that get most of the clicks, right?
Well, yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Okay, so if the top click is going to be news, and the news is that you sold poorly, how do you think that's going to show?
You
for
just
your
create
image?
a fictional fucking example.
No,
there are no,
no.
sales figures here.
No, but,
right?
but what he's saying is that usually when you Google that,
Right.
Usually, I just did.
what
and it
I'm
didn't
saying,
come up.
okay, so
What are you
for
talking
that
about?
one
The
game,
first 3 things.
No,
were,
the first 3 things were about
God.
frame rates and patches and,
but
and
no,
Richard's cult of
it's-
personality.
No, you're not. Look, but what section is it in? It's in news. So if
Yes.
if the newest news is you've sold poorly, guess where it's going to be?
Okay, but you can't just fabricate a fucking example and call it reality, okay? What I'm looking at here is the 6th thing down, which is the first thing about either reviews or sales, is about reviews. So it's like there's no sales figures here. There's nothing here about
Oh my God,
sales.
Fallon!
Not on
we're-
the whole
we're-
first page.
We're talking about the situation where you would not want to release information about your sales. this is a scenario of where you would not want that to have
Yes,
happen.
but that's a hypothetical scenario.
No, it's a
one that does not exist, okay? It does not exist. It's not on the first page of Google.
You know why it's not on the first page? Because no one's released the sales figures. And it's not
you think
news.
it would be. So basically, your argument, based on zero evidence, based on your own imagination, okay, is that if we did release the sales figures, they'd be on top.
It'd be in the... Okay, so if you release the sales figures, right, for your game, Google is going to prioritize the news around the topic that you picked. It is always at the top of your search.
I don't care how they do it, okay? You're assuming that the sales will be on top.
Because it's going to be
If it's in the news. If it's in the news that your game is selling poorly.
Yeah, if it's in the news, but if the PC reviews or any reviews for that matter are in the news as well, they're going to be on top as well.
Okay,
you could
so
say if this is the case, if the sky were to suddenly turn purple tomorrow.
So here, so in the news, so here we go. I just typed it in. So we got No Man's Sky, which is a thing later on. There's been a complaint about in the news, and the first thing if you click on more news is that people are pissed off about the fact that they went back to a planet they already had done, and everything was unnamed that they had named, so they had to rename everything.
Right.
What
All their
does that have
discoveries
to
are
do with
white for a
sales?
week. But what I'm saying is but what he's saying is that being that that's a news story, it's in the news. That is the top one. Went back to my starting planet and discovered everything was wiped.
Right.
Right.
You think that?
So,
But what I'm saying
it's
is that
in
is
the
what I'm
top
saying.
position.
That it's
It
in the
doesn't
top
look
position.
good on it.
It makes the game look
yeah,
bad.
but you're not allowed. Okay, first of all, we would all throw a fucking shit, I would hope, if game companies were to suddenly say nothing negative is allowed to be in the news.
Okay. How are you not getting the concept that you try
No.
to damage
I'm
control?
not getting
He's
it. I'm not
missing
getting it
something.
because I'm not buying into your fantasy. Okay, that this is a good reason for it to not be there.
I think.
All
I
right?
mean, as a game company, it's a brilliant reason.
No,
for it not
no,
to be there.
it doesn't matter. Okay, that's just hiding your bullshit. Okay, and
What the
no,
fuck do you
everybody
think?
has the right
But
to know.
they
what
all
your
do
game,
it though.
Right.
They all do it.
It doesn't matter. Okay, if we all jump off a bridge, are you going to go do that too? I mean, it's one of those
Yes.
things where this is.
But why would you,
this-
as a company? Why would you, as a
No,
company?
I'm not asking if it's in the company's best interest. What kind of fucked up world do you live in where it's like, oh, the company's best interest come first? All right, no.
nothing to
That
do
is
with
exactly
come
what
first.
kind of fucked up reality we're living in, though.
I mean, but
But
that's
you're,
like
no,
you're
no.
endorsing
You're warping
that.
your
Okay,
original
you're,
argument into something that is now what
No,
people
this is
should
simple
do.
transparency. Okay, this is simple transparency.
No, but
It's
your
basically
original
like,
point
okay,
wasn't
here's your
about-
game. How'd your game sales do? We just did an article here about GameStop's game sales.
Your
okay,
original
how can we
point.
possibly support a position wherein the game companies do not have to release that shit?
It's just not supporting a position. Your original point had nothing to do with the moral
does,
implications
too.
behind it. You were just asking in this
Oh,
hypothetical, why
come
wouldn't
on.
one
Do
want
not
to
even
do
try to
this?
fucking say I wasn't saying what I was saying, okay? All right? No,
Well,
I was
I'll leave it
definitely
to the
saying
jury.
that.
Brad and Beth?
The original point was like you don't see sales come up as often as you would reviews.
And we explained why you wouldn't see that. That was why. Now,
Right.
this is separate from if that's right or wrong.
Oh, really?
Of course
you
it
make
is.
it separate. You make it separate as though you can separate those things. All right?
Yes.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong. It's just not that way. You know, it's just like, no. Okay, when I'm saying something, I'm saying it on an ethical, moral basis as well. It's like, okay, people deserve to know, just like we have that information taken from us, whether we want it or not. I mean, I have these privacy notices and these modifications coming up all the time. Do I get a choice on that? Not really.
don't think
okay?
anyone's
You know,
going
it's one
to
of those things
disagree
where
with
in
you
this
here.
information age, okay, they should have to release the game's sales just like they have to release everything else.
But
We
for
just
what?
did an article
For-
about
but for what?
GameStop's game sales. Okay, we just did that. Okay, it's a piece of valid, relevant information. The reason this matters is because you get things like Steam Spy here, which is like, well, we're going to try to guesstimate what the sales were. Let's not guesstimate. Let's just get the freaking sales figures out there. Let's stop working around bullshit
have-
and lies
I
and
mean-
rumors and estimations and whatever,
I'm-
and just put the fucking figures out there. And I don't care
But
if
okay.
it hurts the company's bottom line
So
or
what
not.
if it's a private company?
I don't really care.
They don't have to report
okay?
on
It should-
shit.
They should. They should. I have to report on everything I have every time I look for a freaking job. Okay, I mean, I hate the double standard. I really do. It's like they want all your freaking data, but you don't. They don't have to give you any of theirs. No, okay. Put your damn game sales out there. Okay. Oh, they just I can't support that at all.
I think he's
And
in
the only
full
reason that
revolution
Steam
here.
Spy, the only reason that Steam Spy even exists is because that doesn't happen. Okay, otherwise we wouldn't even have to guess. The game sales would be right there. So no, I'm totally against this.
Okay.
Can you
mean-
take a breath? Like,
I just think it's
Just
bullshit.
take a breath,
I
take a
really
sip of
do.
your
It's a
tea.
big old stinking pile of bullshit.
Okay. So that's not what the news article has to deal with.
Ooh, Spiro. Catch this Spiro.
look at that. Oh, shiny.
Oh, look, yes. So what the article was about and what the point was is that Steam Spy was no longer going to take requests about taking down certain companies' information that it estimates. It's basically, it says, basically they don't give a shit who you are. We're going to try to guesstimate what your sales are. That's what this whole thing is about. So, Fallon, you should be behind this.
No, I'm not. Okay, and the reason, if you
Here-
are
here we
listening,
go. It's
that
not
I'm
good
not
enough. It's not good
behind
enough.
it
Here we go.
is
Did I stop him? Look, he's not.
no. I'm just waiting for you to finish. That's all.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
because you don't want to understand. All right,
No,
basically.
I understand. I just
We
can
have
separate
no
the
game
issues.
sales. Okay, listen, folks. We have no game sales provided to us. Okay, no game sales data provided to us, or at least not enough for these guys here to actually be relevant. These guys are relevant because they try to guess the game sales data. But if we had it, they'd be irrelevant because we wouldn't need them because we had the game sales data. Okay? So if the companies just released the game sales data, the accurate, the true, the real game sales data, we wouldn't even need Steam Spy. Okay? That's why this is relevant. And Steam Spy, the gall, okay? The goddamn audacity of the game companies and developers are like, well, you're getting our sales wrong. It's like, well, if you're worried about your sales being portrayed incorrectly, then just freaking release them. All right, instead of hiding them and then accusing Steam Spy
they do.
of basically, no, they don't.
They do.
Okay,
They do.
no, they don't.
They do.
Okay,
They do. I actually
Right.
work for a company, and it's called a quarterly review, and all the numbers are released then.
Yeah, but
And
that's
if
only
you
for
own
public
stock-
companies.
That's only for public companies, but if you're a stockholder, you can get all that information, public
but
or private.
But again, it's only a quarterly review. Okay, it's only when you want to release it. Okay, I don't give
What
a
do you
shit.
want, a fucking
Okay?
up-to-date,
I
like-
want it up. We have the ability to do that now. Okay, don't tell me we don't.
Does the game sale
they
affect you in
have
any way of buying a
constant-
video game
they
at all?
Yeah, well,
Mr. I buy only
if
free
it
video
did,
games.
if it did, I just feel like that's valuable information. Here they are. They're calling Steam Spy right on their bullshit. But why does Steam Spy exist? Because that data is not out there. Okay, if it was out there, you wouldn't even need Steam Spy, and you wouldn't have to worry about inaccurate figures. You just have the sales figures as they are. Stop supporting them. Okay, stop trying to say, oh well, they have some kind of choice or right or opportunity to basically say they can cover their asses and basically say, oh well, we'll tell you later. No, okay? You tell us now. You have updated information. You have your fingers on the pulse of yours. I mean, Mitch tells us, right? He runs statistics on this little small operation here. I mean, I can guarantee you those guys are up on what their sales are every freaking day, okay? They know what they are, okay? And they could just as easily release them, all right? So, no, there's no good argument for not releasing apart from, oh, my God, if we don't do well, people might not buy our game. Well, that's too damn bad. Okay, I'm not feeling any sympathy for you there. Oh,
Well, all right then. Hot diggity damn.
Right?
Um,
I love these episodes because I really love when Fallon gets really fucking bothered.
Hot and bothered?
Hot and
Hey,
bothered.
hey, just so we know, the Mankind Divided has 239,411 owners.
of
Just-
what?
I don't know. It says Steam Spy.
Well, that's their. I mean, I feel sorry for those people because apparently it runs like crap on PC. But
You know, that's what it says.
Yeah,
I am.
that's something to
Oh,
know.
I forgot Worms
Look at the-
WMD came out.
There you go.
shit.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Oh, guess what he's
Well,
gonna
let's
do?
talk about another topic that pisses Fallon off. Let's talk about Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the episode where Fallon's gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
I can only hope.
He's just gonna start going into a frothy fucking mess and just
Murderous
start
rage.
like fucking seizing up and shit.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see it now. Jeez.
So Here, I just want to let me just hammer it home, right? Thinking about buying a new game? Why not support Pause Your Game and purchase it on Amazon with our link, pauseyourgame.com/Amazon. Be it the upcoming Nintendo NX, the latest PS4 exclusive, or you just want to buy Doom again because you can't figure out how to hook up your old floppy drive that you pulled out of the closet 6 months ago. And if you're not sure what to buy, we got you covered. Head on over to our Amazon A-store at pauseyourgame.com/store and shop our personally recommended selection of games straight from Amazon.com. We promise you won't be disappointed with any of them. Again, that's pauseyourgame.com/Amazon to buy your next favorite game while supporting the show at no extra cost to you. Let me just hammer it home. So Battle.net has now decided that you can now directly stream to Facebook. If that doesn't get your jollies riled up.
It made me mad. It made me mad.
It made you mad. Yeah,
I'm
I'd be
upset.
mad. I think it's dog shit.
Well, I'm okay with it until the fact that I can't stream through Pause Your Game.
No, you cannot.
I can only stream through my personal one. When I heard
Can't do it through a page?
Oh, cool. No, can't do it through a page.
That's bullshit.
That's what I said.
Now I'm equally outraged.
I was just like, well, that sucks. I can't stream because I figured, I'll screw around and be like, hey, come watch me die in fucking Overwatch, and
Right.
I do it on
I would watch
my
it.
page, and I'm like, nobody cares when I'm playing on my page.
Nobody gives a
So,
shit what
no
you
one
do
gives
on
a
your
shit.
page.
So
No.
I was just like, well, that sucks. So that kind of
And-
took me out.
Yeah, that is some shit. I concur.
Yeah,
The
but
real
Facebook
reason I brought
streaming
this
is
up,
shit too. So
the real reason I brought this up was Facebook is really fucking trying to hammer this home on you can play games on our platform,
Which
we
is
do
weird
games.
because they're trying to do their own platform. So the fact that they signed up with Battle.net to do this, and Blizzard's like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. And then what? Not even a month later, Facebook's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna have our own game client. Like,
And
why
think
would?
of- and-
Why
Right.
sign up? Why sign up with Blizzard to do this then? If they're really gonna do their own thing later on,
I wonder
it's like
if this-
it's basically like saying, hey, Battle.net, come on, get your users to beta test this, while we make our own fucking platform to play video games and stream on. But hey, when we get our own shit, you guys are
You're
out.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of interested in why they went with Facebook on this one. I thought they would go with Twitch or YouTube gaming.
Because Twitch, and I don't know about YouTube, but I know Twitch you needed another thing to run. You can't just you can just stream. Literally, I've looked at it. I haven't signed up for it, but you literally just you click the button and boop, it pops up in your thing saying, hey, so and so is streaming. There's no third party client. There's nothing to download. You just go.
Right.
Where Twitch, I've got to download something and set it up just right. I don't know about YouTube. I've never streamed from YouTube.
We've streamed from YouTube. It works fine. It's just you gotta get the key. You get the little API key, and then that's it. That's the whole process.
Oh,
and then
when we did that gameplay
the
of
Rocket League.
Rocket League, and then our first one, which I think was the funnest, was that what was that shooter game we played?
Our first one that we played.
Yeah, or maybe we just recorded and put it on there.
It might have been.
We ended up on the fucking
Just go to the fucking Pause Your Game
four-wheeler
YouTube
and
page.
crashing into shit and fucking shooting shit.
What the fuck were we playing?
shooting shit.
What
yeah.
what involved a four-wheeler that we were?
I don't remember. Hold on, let me
Oh,
see. I've got
all right. Well, you're pulling that up then. Let's move on to our next one.
Fallon didn't even get mad.
Films?
Yeah,
No, I don't really
There-
see
there he
I don't
is.
really see the problem.
I honestly just
mean,
think they're beta
they
testing
just-
for fucking their own shit.
Right, yeah, and I really think that they're just snuggling up to Blizzard because it's more exposure for them, and it makes them, look like they're in bed with Blizzard, and the more you can connect those two, the more people will stop making a distinction between them, and that's what Facebook wants. They basically, well, we can do gaming too, and as soon as people start seeing Overwatch streams on Facebook, it's like, oh yeah, they do gaming. I see Overwatch streams all the time. They won't get beyond that. They'll just be like, oh well, these are kind of like one and the same.
Right.
And I think that's the kind of mentality they're going for, and I think that's the kind of image they're going for, and it's going to work. And as Brad said, it's much easier for them to do that. And Facebook, I can see Zuckerberg and Bobby Kotick basically getting together and going, hey, we're both terribly evil people. Let's just work together.
We're equally evil.
I mean,
Right.
so honestly, putting all the jokes aside, this is just two businesses snuggling up, you
Right.
know, and so that's what this is.
Going, hey,
So no,
baby.
I don't really have a problem with this. It's just like, well, this is just companies glomming together like companies will do.
Glomming. Companies glom.
Glum, glum,
It's
glum,
the
glum.
cool thing to do. So we have next up. This was like a very old lawsuit that was way back in the age of 2014. So back in 2014, there was like ZeniMax was basically making claims that Oculus lied about who made what, and it's been a lawsuit ever since. Okay, Mr. Sai. Let's
Been a
what?
lawsuit, huh?
What are you sighing about?
I just
Come on, out with it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Do it.
I just, I mean, this sounds more like an interesting news story than anything that
Just
says
watch this
anything for
train
sure.
wreck.
All right,
You
well
know.
then, fine. We'll move right on then. We'll skip right.
No,
over
I
it.
mean,
no.
really-
It's fine. I've heard the criticism. We'll move right on.
It's just, I mean, you're not going to tell them about what it's about.
I mean, you can. You seem to be.
I mean, it's like Beth said, it's basically an interesting train wreck, but I mean, there's no real understanding of where this is actually going. As far as I can tell from this article, the lawsuit hasn't concluded or anything else. It's in process.
no,
right?
it's just ramped. Well, they've ramped up their claims basically. Before it was like they were saying that, oh, you guys kind of, sort of stole some things for the Oculus.
Yeah, so this is
So
basically
now it's like, no, you fucking did it. Now we've
Yeah.
moved up to like, no, you fucking don't
now,
even
now
play
it's
coy.
now it's pure direct accusation, right?
Right.
And so basically this is like two kids yelling at each other at the lunch table, and everybody's starting to get ready for this shit to fly. It's just like somebody's going to get up and flip the table
Right.
or punch
I mean,
somebody else.
Now they're
but-
saying like you straight up stole information. And
Yeah,
you before you were like, no, you just maybe you leaked a few things or it wasn't. But now we're like, no, you fucking did it.
We've escalated things.
Yeah, you fucking
so-
did it. I mean, this has been
Yeah.
an ongoing thing. It's
No
going
one
to
gives
continue
a shit.
to
It's
go.
fucking Oculus. No one's buying it.
That's the real truth of this matter.
I mean, realistically, they when they let Facebook buy them before they even pumped out the
you basically said Vive
Kickstarter.
wins.
Yeah, as soon as they let them, Facebook bought them before they even put out the Kickstarter stuff. People were like, "Fuck you, we're done."
Yeah.
So
like
I
Vive
don't.
wins.
I really think that people are just like, we don't even care about this because we didn't buy one.
Only those people who kickstarted it before it was purchased by Facebook are buying. them
Even
now.
then, they issued. People got refunds for that.
Yeah.
They
I mean, that,
made the people who was like, yeah, we put in money, and then you let Facebook buy you up even before you gave me anything. Fuck you, give me back my money, and they did.
right.
Facebook, paid everybody that wanted their money back on this shit, got their money back, and nobody cares. And now they're hosed because they fucked themselves by letting Facebook buy them. Now everybody's like, well, fuck it. And now they have Facebook money, so people are like, haha, watch me sue you.
Ha ha ha.
Because that's what it is. If you really think about it, had they just gone out on their own and Facebook wouldn't have bought them, this wouldn't be happening. But they have Facebook money.
I
Right.
don't think that's true.
You don't think
All
so?
right? Yes, I can say that okay, maybe their sales are being affected by people's opinion of the product, but that has nothing to do with whether they're stealing information from ZeniMax or not. I mean, that has nothing to do with whether they're stealing design documents or whatever from ZeniMax. I mean, those are two obviously separate things. This
Didn't they already
lawsuit
go through this
has to-
shit with somebody else saying that someone Oculus stole their fucking plans too?
This is the same
that
thing.
proved to
This
be
is
bullshit?
continuing this.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
continuing. This
Didn't
is a
this already get
slow
thrown out?
boil.
It's
No,
2 years
this is
in
a
the works.
slow
No.
boil. This is like something is taking several years to unfold. So train
It's
wreck in slow
happening.
motion. So, yeah,
Another train.
yeah.
Well, now
so
they got
basic-
Facebook lawyers, so it doesn't matter. Zen's out. They're gonna get.
Right.
They're gonna
I
fucking
mean, this
lose.
is going to get kind of ugly.
I mean, it
with
already
who,
is, but-
Who took? Well, yeah, but who
It really
took
is.
whose stuff and everything else? I mean,
I'm taking my toys and going home.
that's
Right.
right. Yeah,
You're
so
mean.
I mean, I guess
You are
in
mean.
another 5 years here, we'll discover what the end result is because of the
Yeah.
court system and everything.
The Vive one. That's what
The
we'll
Vive,
figure
the
out.
Vive won. This thing's in the
Yeah.
fucking dirt, anyways.
We'll
Yeah.
save you the trouble.
Yeah.
Vive one. There you
So
go.
By the
yeah,
vibe.
it'd be interesting to see whether John Carmack on his way out basically said, "Oh yeah, I'm taking this stuff and this stuff too, and I'm taking it with me, and then we're going to use it."
As
to
he
develop
lights a
this.
match and then watches the building burn.
You can just take this job and shove it.
But just
right?
so everybody knows, don't buy any VR. Don't. Fallon is working on his Scarf VR. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fucking huge. Lightweight, won't be weighting it on your face. It's gonna be
Strange.
huge.
And-
It's gonna be the great. It's
Wait.
great. He's a great VR developer. He's great.
And it's going to
great.
smell
It's gonna
like
be huge.
pumpkin spice bullshit.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yes.
smell like pumpkin spice
I'm going to
bullshit.
make VR great again.
Yes,
Oh god.
that's his platform.
And
Make
fall
VR great
flavored.
again.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to get
Fall
somebody else to
flavoring.
develop it and pay for it.
Sponsored by
Hey,
Starbucks.
Hey, by the way, you might want to get
Right.
Facebook because it looks like they're going to lose their Oculus.
That's right.
They got a little bit of money now. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't really
God.
care about this. I mean, realistically, it's let them sue them into the fucking dirt. I don't care.
Dart.
Bye, Felicia.
But we're not done.
Yeah, we're not done.
So what are you
No,
talking about? We're not done.
I'm talking about bye, Felicia to Facebook. 'Cause I
I'm
don't
telling
really
you
care.
that now all of our listeners are thinking like we fucking just wrapped up. That's what I'm getting at.
No, how long is the episode so far? They know better.
No,
Wait,
it's like
there's
45 minutes.
45
more.
minutes, yeah. But you know what? It is
There's
time. It's time to have some fun. We're gonna get back into the fun. It is time to
riggedy wrecked, son!
That's right.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
time to get rickety wrecked.
Rickety wrecked.
Speaking of VR, the creator of Rick and Morty decided, let's fucking make a game company.
Justin Roiland.
Is
That's
that
his
what his
name.
name is?
Yeah.
Justin Roiland. Anyway, we are big fans.
And Tanya Watson.
All right, thank you for the names. Thank you.
She's the ex-producer at Epic Games.
That's
I just want to give people credit where their credit's due. I mean,
Okay. Yes. So they formed a new company. It is called Squanch Tendo, and as you know, it's made by
I love it.
Yeah, Squanchy.
I can't wait for Nintendo to levy a lawsuit against us.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people might get confused.
Squanch
Yeah.
Tendo.
Brand control.
Yeah, yeah.
Brand control.
Brand control, yeah.
Fallon, can you
No.
can you actually can you say it properly with Squanch? Can you squanch your way through it? Come on,
Squanch
Squanch.
control.
Squanch. Come on, Squanch.
Squanch it.
Squanch
We're gonna
it.
Squanch it.
We're gonna squanch control here. We're
You gotta
gonna
squanch
squanch
it.
our
Gotta
brand.
squanch the shit out of it.
Right.
God.
So anyway, yeah, they've decided to make a game company, which I think is great. Now, I really hope that we get the game Roy. I really want to see Roy.
Yeah, we got to get Roy.
I really hope that Roy becomes a VR game.
I
for
still,
this.
I got my mom to play that stupid, what is that? Morty's dad. What the fuck's his name?
Not Pocket Mortys.
No, it was the game before. It was through Adult Swim. But it was his dad,
with Jerry.
Jerry's game where you just
Jerry.
pop the fucking balloons. Like that's
Yes.
all it was. I got my mom to play that for like an hour.
Jerry.
She's like, "What's the point of this? You're just popping balloons, Mom. That's it? Yeah, that's
it.
it, Ma." Oh
that's
my
the
God,
depth
she
of
played
it.
it for like a fucking hour on Christmas.
Oh,
It
was fucking
man.
great.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So
Yeah, Jerry.
yeah, Jerry.
Yeah,
Jerry's
I'm down
games.
for this. I really want to see Roy. That's really what I'm getting at. I want to see Roy.
I gotta get caught up in this show.
You dip. I mean, yeah, man.
know.
Season 3. It's coming
know.
out soon. And by soon, I mean like some point in the
Nobody
future.
knows when.
So yeah.
there's
matter.
no actual date. They keep
Yeah.
talking about it. And people keep grabbing for whatever scraps they can.
all we
But-
know is that it comes out earlier than when they initially said that it's going to take a year
supposedly,
and a half.
supposedly, but
Yeah.
there's no hard date set. There's nothing that's really been definitively said.
So if they're
It's
doing their
basically-
own thing, they're not gonna put out games on Adult Swim because Adult Swim was doing all that.
Adult Swim will probably be their publisher. Adult Swim doesn't
Oh.
do much creating in-house. They do have stuff that they make in-house, but Adult Swim also functions as a publisher. So that's probably what you can expect to happen, is that they'll be published through Adult Swim.
But we don't know that for certain.
We do not. Squanch Tendo is new, and it's going to take a lot of time before it's squanched and ready to squanch. So once it gets squanched up, we'll figure out what the squanch is going on. Squanched?
Squanched.
Brilliant. All right, now let's move on to our
Consider
final topic.
it squanched.
Squanch it up.
That's right.
Yeah, fucking squanch. Oh god.
All the
All right.
excitement for freaking.
They got a lot of fucking games.
Riggedy wrecked, son!
What, Adult Swim?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good ones that are coming out soon too. Rain World is one that I've.
What
been
the hell's
keeping an
that
eye
one
on.
they keep advertising?
Is it Rain World?
No, it's not Rain World.
Where you play as a slug cat?
No, it's the God. It's like it's got like an
There's
80s.
there's the one that's like Dark Souls.
They got Amateur Surgeon 3. They got Pocket
No.
Mortys, Robot Unicorn Attack 2,
These are all old stuff.
Major Mayhem. Giant Boulder of Death looks interesting. In fact, let's just go ahead and get that.
So very on the nose.
Yeah. Super Monsters Ate My Condo.
Very
That,
on the nose. That's an old one
amazing.
too.
That seems pretty funny. They got Rick and Morty Presents Jerry's Game,
There's Jerry's
Tofu
Game.
Hunter, Zombie Apocalypse.
But they have a lot of. I mean, they have more than just mobile
Castle
games too.
Doombad, Free to Slay.
They have
That's
a lot
pretty funny.
more games than just mobile games. There's a
yeah,
lot of
they're
good stuff
doing
that are coming
now.
out.
They're doing like console games and shit. I think.
Yeah, Death's Gambit is one that's coming out. That's like Dark Souls. It's a 2D Dark Souls game.
Oh God.
They have the Duck game. I'm sure people have heard of, which is
Oh
insane.
yeah, the Duck Game is like a
Duck
rip off
Game.
of the Mario Fight one back in the day.
Yeah, it's like it's like little 30
Headlander is the one I was talking about.
Headlander. What is
Headlander.
that one? Oh yeah. I remember seeing this. It's like a
Yeah.
2D like
Like
old
this
50s
80s like.
or yeah. It looks great. Apparently it's already out.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it just came out recently.
It's got a 9 out of 10 on like everywhere. Brilliant.
Yeah, so they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, they've been really expanding.
Look out! A wild Audible ad has appeared. It is telling you to go to audibletrial.com/pauseyourgame. You try to make time to read, but it has no effect. You're on the move, so you listen to podcasts instead. It's super effective. You can use your podcast listening ability to listen to audiobooks with your free Audible trial from Pause Your Game. You try thinking of books you want to read, but it has no effect. Don't worry, Fallon gives you some audiobooks for your favorite games, such as The Infernal City, Elder Scrolls series by Greg Keyes and Michael Page, Dragon Age: The Calling by David Gator and Stephen Hoy, The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski and Peter Kenny in the Witcher universe, and Halo: The Fall of Reach by Eric Nyland and Todd McLaren. All these and more are free when you sign up at audibletrial.com/pauseyourgame. So get yours and start listening today.
All right, let's go to our last topic. And we got to talk about No Man's Sky because not every man can have the sky. And that's why we got
No
to
man-
I'm gonna
Man's
ask
game
a question
right
before we
here.
jump into this.
All right, let's hear it.
So has Steam given refunds on things like Assassin's Creed Unity before?
It
For
was
the same
before
reasons?
that. And,
No,
and that wasn't
I think
and that wasn't hosted
this
on
is-
Steam.
I think this is a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Okay.
being that a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of this stuff, I think is because they're an indie developer,
Yeah.
and a lot of outcries happen. I honestly think a lot of this has to do on the developer side. I think they've okayed this, and we all know
okay.
that Ubisoft
Because
would
I don't
never.
know any of that.
Ubisoft would never. Oh no, our game's good. Our game's good. You know what I mean? They
Right,
would never
right,
do this. So this in fact is kind of, if it's from the developer saying yeah, go ahead, which I think they would have to at this point because the game
I
has
don't
sold
know
a
if
lot.
that's true. See, I mean,
Well,
if that's true,
because
then yeah. But
Well, the reason I say that is because I honestly think it's when Steam said, "Hey, we want to do refunds," there had to be some middle ground of, okay, if they play so many hours, they've kind of bought in it. You know what I mean? So I think the outcry of this game, I think they had to go to whoever, I can't remember who developed No Man's Sky, but I think they had to say, "Hey, you said a lot of shit and it's not there."
You said some shit.
You
said
said
some
some
shit,
shit,
son.
dude. And I mean, like I said, that one, went back to my starting planet. Every discovery was wiped. A lot of people are complaining. You got even day one, they had those two streamers that
Find each other.
weren't playing together, and then people were watching both streams, going, "Hey, you guys are on the same planet," and then tried to work out, and then found out they were standing on top of each other but couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be a an MMO kind
Or
of
it
thing.
was at one
Yeah,
point.
well, it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's even day one people who got the box, there's a sticker covering saying that it's
I love that.
a multiplayer game.
I love that
And it's
somebody
not.
was like, let's just stick a sticker on it.
Yeah, they literally stuck a sticker over the plastic, not on the inside, over the actual paper, on top of the plastic.
I think that's brilliant. Just put a
So
sticker on it.
they've done a
sticker.
lot of BS. I mean, and like I said, no one has actually. There's no like official thing. I found this.
They have
I've
been
seen-
quiet as
They've been
all
real
hell.
quiet about it. Like Game Informer
Yeah.
have it, but everything else is a Reddit post.
Yeah.
Oh, Reddit.
But this guy's just
Right.
like, hey, by the way, I've got 8 hours into this game and just got a refund, and you can only do, I think the maximum amount of hours is like 3,
Two.
Right.
2 or 3. Yeah,
I thought it was like 2.
it might be just 2, but I mean, he's saying he got a refund, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Well,
other
this-
people, that got it. I mean, you look at, I pulled up Steam. Maybe I did. There it is. Store, and it didn't clear. But I mean, out of the
Okay.
reviews, we're looking at 3,200 negative and 2,500 positive.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think going from a mixed bag to perhaps the negative reviews going even higher than the positive reviews, because it was like 50-50 before.
Yeah.
Higher and
Here, the thing I want to break open with this is okay. First of all, this could be setting a new trend of, well, if enough people pan it and complain, reviews might be given out. Second, reviews might be given out regardless of whether the developer wants them to be given out or not, because we're not sure that the No Man's Sky people had anything to do with giving out these reviews. And third, it's like what constitutes false marketing here in terms of like it's not delivering the experience that they advertise. Because again, as I picked out Assassin's Creed Unity for those specific reasons, because obviously there have been AAA games
Unplayable.
and I'm putting
Yeah.
those in quotes that advertise a shitload of things and are, as Mitch just said, unplayable in a very literal sense. So
Well, I know there's been a lot of rumblings of like lawsuits of we want to file a lawsuit for false advertisement, because this guy has been on quite a few talk shows because this game, blew it up.
Did you ever
saying,
watch any of those interviews with him on the talk shows?
Yeah.
He just kind of like, when people ask questions, he just kind of says yes and kind of like laughs it off. And
Which
then
is
just kinda
not, which is
it's
in,
like
in,
so
in the court of law is just like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm guilty. It's
Yeah.
not. It's like a U-turn in a DUI checkpoint. You're fucking done.
Yeah.
He's recorded on many things saying yes, podcast, television shows, Q&As on his own website, for Christ's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he would do that, but he did, and he's going to pay for it. And I think this is why it's been kind of hush hush, and there's
Right.
been no official thing by them
I
or
agree.
anybody else. But the simple fact that if you, I mean, this might be maybe this is going to be a wake up call for some companies saying, hey, if you don't put out what you say you're going to put out, well, the users, the users have rights.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think this is a step in the right direction. I feel bad for him because when I watched Scott Johnson, he played a couple hours of the game. I watched it. I was like, oh, this game's not bad. I might actually get
Right.
it. But then once I got into the gameplay, because he was playing with his son, so they were just kind of talking, and I'm just like, oh, it's just the same shit over and over again, just a different planet set up. Oh, I can just go play WoW.
Yeah.
I can go play Guild Wars. I can go play, I can go do this, because there was literally no one else on this planet but him.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, I enjoy exploration. I mean, shit,
Yeah.
Witcher had me going and fucking, hey, I gotta go do this quest. Oh, shit, like, how do I go to this quest but do these 6 fucking question marks and then still get to my quest? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Where No Man's Sky apparently just didn't do that.
No, they didn't have fucking shit.
So, I
Ugh.
mean, I got to the point where I was just like, well, I won't buy the game. Maybe I'll get it out of a red box. And even then, I was like, well, it's $2.99. No.
No.
I wouldn't need anyone to do $2.99 for fucking 24 hours.
Yeah.
So,
I concur. I want to see what happens with it. I say it's great that people are getting refunds, but I also
Yeah.
want to say it's kind of like horseshit for the people who have like played like 30 fucking hours and have enjoyed it. regardless of what it hasn't
This
done,
this is true. It's
is utter bullshit.
Yeah, the refund policy is a standard 14 days / 2-hour refund
Right.
for Steam.
If you fucking played
So-
30 hours of it, then
there's
you
going-
fucking got your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
Well-
matter how much false advertising there was. You fucking played the shit out of it. If you
Yeah,
drop,
they're
you dropped 30 hours into
Yeah,
it.
you dropped
yeah.
30 hours into it. You spent a significant portion of your life. This is true. A lot of these, like some of these, like the first one that comes up when you hit summary. Or did I hit negative?
hit summary.
I hit negative. And the
Oh
first one is just like not recommended. 75.1 hours on record.
Yeah, that's
That's
insane.
not good. But a lot of these, like the next one down is 1.7 hours. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously got to be a cutoff.
It's
know.
just trying to figure out what it is.
But yeah, it's trying to figure out what that is.
I don't know at what point do you go, this
It
is
wouldn't be so
how-
bad, but it even got it, which is nice, is that this guy got this. He played 0.6 hours, and it's got the thing that he received the product for free. His
Yeah.
thing was I overpaid.
Yeah. He got it for free, and he's like, I paid too much.
This same thing. This guy's got it. He not remected, played at least 10 hours of it, which isn't bad. He got the product for free. He goes, No Man's Sky is a vast game full of nothing.
Full of nothing. There you go. I mean,
So-
they shouldn't fucking get shit back, obviously, because they didn't put anything in.
Yeah.
But-
But a lot of these reviews, I mean,
I got the game for free, and there's some stuff.
yeah. I mean, one
And-
post, this
and I
guy's
didn't
got
care
7
for it.
hours, 7.6 hours. You can get a refund regardless of playtime.
Right.
So
It's just we-
okay. First of all, putting aside the troubling thought that Steam is just doing this, and these other companies are just doing
Everybody
this, Amazon and Steam.
yeah, everybody.
You know,
is, though.
of just deciding, well, we're just going to refund them, okay? Because I'd really love to know where those refunds were authorized, or where these guys the storefronts just decide, well, you know what, we're
Fuck
going to
it.
refund it anyway.
But you got to remember though,
and-
these are only digital sales though. This is Amazon, Steam, and PSN.
Yes, understood. But
So you can't
that
take
money,
your
I,
box
I
out.
would
Really?
that money, I would assume at least some of it goes back to the developer.
What?
Yeah, the digital sales, right? You know, the developers
developer
make
has
money
to
off
pay.
of those. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So obviously the refunds hurt the developer as well, even if it's just like these storefronts and everything. But you know, the point is, okay, if somebody starts refunding your products and you lose that money, okay, that affects you in a major direct way.
Well, yeah.
So you know, especially if you didn't say, well, I'm down with this. You know, I'm pretty sure that any other major developer, if Steam or Amazon or Sony started saying, oh yeah, we're going to refund Assassin's Creed Unity, you know, for example,
Oh, they'd be
because
throwing up their
everybody-
arms.
they'd be throwing up their arms, and there'd be legal actions and everything else.
Yeah.
So you know, that's all I'm saying. It's like we don't know that, and it's a vital piece of information.
Even
Like, did they
some
author
people
this?
with
Or
Sony are having problems getting in the refund because Sony has the 14 days, but only if you've not started downloading it.
right?
So even
right,
they're
exactly.
having some
Yeah.
problems with that.
That's a
but,
fucking weird
You know,
one.
Amazon is saying it's a case by case exception for refunds for units fulfilled through Amazon that may be past the stated return time frame. So even everybody, I mean, clearly they're looking at their own stuff, but I guess it's to the point where if people are threatening a lawsuit, because I mean any lawyer's going to jump on this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
I mean, you get enough people behind this game, which it sold a bunch. If they got enough people behind this saying, yeah, we'll do a class action lawsuit, and you're at least going to get your $60 back. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, what was it? Monster not that long ago had a class action lawsuit.
I just don't look.
So-
Look, not for nothing. I understand wanting your money back for a game that isn't everything you thought it would be, or even what you thought it was advertised as. I get that. I do. But I'm having a little trouble opening the sympathy gates for people, you know, and basically saying, okay, look, you've played in. I don't even care if you played in 10 or 15 hours into the game.
Right.
Okay, and discovered
You should
it
have an
wasn't your-
idea of what the fuck you're getting into.
That's
at
right.
this
You,
point.
you should have
should.
what you yeah.
You
and
should.
and so I'm really having trouble over here. You know, basically
which
saying
I get,
like,
but
Yeah.
most of these interviews and things with him, when he did the whole yes and then laughed about it, were pre-launch. And a lot of the stuff, like I said, the sticker on the box when you tore it off was supposed to be a multi. I mean, and like I said, we're not talking about like the inside sleeve on the paper. We're talking about they did it on the outside plastic. That you just
They
tore it
didn't
off.
even try, is what
They
you're
didn't even
arguing.
try. Like it was that far. It was that far. But the
That
thing
shit
is
should have
that
been a fucking red flag, you know.
well, and
It's
that's the
the
thing.
Big
But
old
after,
flag.
and
but after you buy it, when you buy a physical copy, you're kind of
you're
stuck
kind of
with
screwed.
it.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
but you,
so
on the same
obviously
point though is that you can. I mean, you can't return it, but you can just sell it again.
you
That's
can
the-
if you
Yeah,
can get
you
on
can-
that train
if you
quick
can-
enough.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I'm
Before-
saying is
before the
that
bad news hits.
I understand Fallon's point. I have with all of the resources at hand for people to look at this game beforehand, and
Right.
then you've got the hype train. You've got people who played at E3 2 years
Right.
ago. You've got all of these things that at your fingertips for a resource to look into this game. But at the same time, there has to be. And Steam started it. There has to be a point where you can go, okay, this game wasn't what it said it was going to be. I'd like to return it.
And
Yeah.
I understand that. I just think that that's the case with so many games. It's like,
This is,
well,
but this is true. But at the same time,
Yeah.
there has to be there, and it boils down to that whole with that gray line of buyer beware.
right.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's
You've
right.
got
But you can't- but you
how
can't
far
let
how
people
far you got to go. And yeah,
fucking
there are
get
people. I mean, if
away.
you played so many hours, like that one guy who played like 70 some odd hours. No, I'm sorry, you bought the game, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
It's like even 3/4 of the way through a movie.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, and this is where that gray area goes, is because No Man's Sky, with the generated planets and getting to the actual end of the game, he said wasn't possible. He's also
Right.
saying getting to the last planet, to the center of the universe, was impossible, and people were
Right.
doing it in 30, 40 hours. You've made that claim that it
Right,
is
yeah.
impossible to get there, and people did it in 30 hours.
Yeah.
So, let's say somebody does sink 30 hours into a game that
See, I
is
guess it's
supposed
a-
to be unplayable, but then gets to the end.
Like everything.
I guess that's.
But then, and
part of
here's
it
the other
maybe
thing
just
is that you go back and it goes, okay, well, you just start over. Okay, so if you start over in this massively online game, so the planet you start from should have all your stuff. People aren't even finishing the game and going back to planets they went through, and their shit's been wiped.
yeah.
So,
it's
then you
odd-
get to the
there's
point.
bugs, right?
Well-
There's bugs and there's
Well,
things. Yes,
okay,
yes,
after
I
2
get
weeks
that.
it's wiped. Is that a bug? That doesn't sound like a bug to me.
I've heard of save files being wiped. I've heard of possessions being lost in World of Warcraft on so many times I can't even keep track anymore.
But when
it's-
more than one user is stating this,
Brad, be honest, all right? This is.
but what
happening
I'm
in World
what,
of
what I'm
Warcraft.
saying is that I'm not saying it doesn't happen in Warcraft, but I can
Yeah.
open up a file and get my shit back.
Yeah, that's.
But what I'm saying
that's
is that
fair.
in a massive MMO where the whole 95% of this game is discovery, and if you start over in a new character and all your shit's been wiped, all the stuff you discovered is wiped, how do you really complete a game?
Well,
Right.
I think part of the draw of the game was that it wasn't supposed to be completable. All right, this really. I mean, when I did watch the trailers for this, I watched like a 45
It's
minutes.
supposed to be
like,
super massive,
depth.
like ridiculous.
Right, it's supposed to be super massive.
But if
it's
everything,
supposed
but
to
it,
be,
it is. But what I'm saying is, if everything's super massive, and you happen to go back to a planet you've already been on, then all that shit should be there still.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
we're not saying
fair.
that.
I agree. It's just
Because
I
because the thing is that when you complete a planet and you name everything and you find everything, you're supposed to get a big sum of money for that.
sure.
But
sure.
let's say
And
you go
that's-
back and you're just like, oh, I want to go back because you want to be a completionist, or you want to complete it all.
Completionist?
Yeah. And you go back to that
got
planet
you.
and you're looking for like the 2 things you didn't find, but all your shit's been unnamed. You're like, well, fuck, now I've got to do this all over again.
Fair. And as far as the wiping is concerned, yes, that's a bug. That's definitely not a feature. That's
I don't
definitely,
Oh,
think
it's
it's a
definitely
bug.
a feature.
I think they were doing that shit on purpose, because the thing is that in the beginning, when the game, even before it came out, it almost felt like a race. Like if you get to a planet first, you get to name all this shit. But
Right,
when you
right.
find something and name it, you get money for it.
I mean, okay.
But
yes.
so if a new player comes in 2 months from now, 3 months from now, they've got to go, way out of their way before they can actually start playing the game, type of deal.
Right.
Before they get to
And
anything
if they
good,
fix
really.
that, then I'm sure that
But
will
they-
will assuage.
But they
the
did.
players.
They did a 2-week wipe. They did a whatever the time limit was wipe on everything that some guy had already gone through and named. So why am I wasting my time naming this shit and finding this shit if a couple weeks from now that stuff is no longer
Right. And
I
obviously
no
they should
longer
have-
discovered it.
They should have to change that.
They did not implement this shit very well at all.
They
didn't.
yes, obviously it rolled out. It rolled out with problems. They would have to change things around. God knows, okay, that games have had to rebuild things and do things better and patch them in, and then a year or two later, people are like, oh, this is a good game now. I mean, yeah fine. That there's potential and possibility for it to do that as well.
I would like that
and-
for that to happen. Cause
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
thinking
But this is
about
the
it,
thing. How can they now, if all these refunds are happening through 3 major sites? There might not be a fix for No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky
Fair.
might be fucking
That's
done.
true. Yeah.
It's possible that it implodes completely and never has a future. But assuming that at least even a third of its people decide not to ask for a refund. Let's just say that. Okay, even a third of the people who bought this game decide not to ask for a refund. That's still money in their pocket for a game they developed. And they're an upstart developer. They're new. And
the
that's
thing
money
is,
going
I've heard
forward.
a lot of people complimenting it, so you do have
Right.
those people.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, you do-
absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, they
So
have,
you have-
they have positive reviews. I mean, there are people that this niche game, scratches that itch for exploration and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then you have
You know-
completionists that are definitely
Yeah,
not
but people,
satisfied.
yeah.
But really, the other thing I wanted to say about this was apart from the problems with it, obviously, whether it's like bugs in the game or wipes or things like that, is basically that. I mean, when you say something is impossible, right? That has come around to bite developers in the ass
Oh, absolutely.
repeatedly in any game.
yeah,
in any
everywhere.
game, any game going back decades, developers making the claim that they create a boss that's impossible to beat, and or something like that. You just don't do it, folks. Okay, because gamers always find a way.
It's like
There's
life. Life will find a way. And the
Exactly. It will find a way.
Ian
It
Malcolm
may
there.
seem code-based programming simulation impossible to do, but someone out there will devote dozens of hours of their lives.
Oh, absolutely.
to-
Just to say,
Just
what was
to
that? It
fucking
can't be
fuck
done.
you over,
I
yeah.
fucking did it.
I did it.
I
Give
did
me
it,
my
bitch.
badge. Give me my cookie.
You know
So,
what I mean?
Final
yeah.
Fantasy 11 is like the
Oh
ultimate
my god, yes. The
example of this.
Jailer of Love. Jailer
They
of Love.
had bosses in there that were not beaten for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then people are just like, we fucking did it. Like 10
We did
years
it.
Well,
later.
there
Eat a
was a
dick.
specific boss.
Give it to us.
The Jailer of Love, and I played this. I never got to this point, but I think it took him several days to beat this boss.
And people will do that. I don't know how they do
I
that.
don't know
but
how they do
that.
it.
They do
Yeah.
it. And it's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So never, developers, never, ever, ever say anything's impossible. You're just asking for it. You're just begging for a player to go through and say, I don't care if it takes me 100 million hours and 10 years and whatever. Okay.
I will fucking do it.
I will do it.
I think that's a brilliant point to wrap up here, honestly.
Well,
Right there.
I mean, this is the other question though, is that they're talking when No Man's Sky came out, the creators, Hello Game, were just like, oh hey, by the way, there will never be DLC for this. We'll have patches, we'll have things, but there'll never be any DLC you have to pay for. Now with this whole refund thing, I wonder if that changes.
In American
Oh, I'm sure it
currency,
will.
Brad. Now Canadian euros, there will be DLC. You got to read the
I'm
fine
sure.
print.
Look, how often does that happen to? I mean, basically, look, maybe I'm just older and more cynical, but I almost never believe
You are.
anything a developer, or
It's
a
not a
marketer
maybe
or
at this
anybody
point.
else says, with a game. This is why I wait to buy
shit.
games.
No,
This is
here it
why I wait to buy games for a few weeks at least. And this game's only been out for 20 days, folks. Less than 20 days. All right? It may seem like longer, but it's only been out for less than 3 weeks. And so, yes, I wait on anything that I'm not sure about. I sit back and I give it a month. And if after a month, the reviews haven't turned and things like that, then I go ahead and say, okay, if I got the money, I really like it, I'll go ahead and do it.
Here's a quote. Hello Games. Sean Murray told Red Bull last week, you paid for the game, so you should get stuff without paying even more money for it. So no, there will be no paid DLC, just patches. However, yesterday Murray walked back on his remarks slightly in an interview with the Daily Star, saying he told the site that it was perhaps naive. And he ruled out paid DLC completely, adding,
They need to make
maybe
their
in the
money
future
back.
there could be some reason why we couldn't just possibly afford to do a certain feature without charging for it.
Everybody does this, all right? Blizzard has done this. EA has done this. Everybody does it, okay? Everyone does it. Everybody makes these claims or these promises or these whatever, okay?
But
I don't
nobody's
even
done
hold
it. Nobody's done it as publicly as this fucking
bullshit.
moron has.
I will take you to court on that.
Okay.
That's bullshit. I've seen this all the way through the development of gaming, okay? I've seen these claims being made by everyone. And it's like I don't even hold it against them because I see it all the time. And it's just like, yeah, go ahead, say your dream claim or whatever. I'm not going to hold it against you because I've been
I guess
trained
with
not
all
to
of the public backlash and the fact that 3 major companies are offering refunds on the game, and then the next day, this guy's going, hey, well, there might be some paid DLC now.
Well, they're gonna have to with the way that these refunds are going.
I know, but what I'm saying is that the hole just keeps getting kind of deeper for these guys.
Yeah.
They're just kind of digging themselves a hole when what they should be doing is fixing their fucking game.
when you got a hole, you got to dig.
This is true. I mean, when the trenches need to be dug.
When you think you hit the bottom, they'll hand you a jackhammer.
Yeah. I think what they should be doing is following Mitch's model. As far as it's just like, but following his model.
Did you mention me?
Yes, following his model of servicing a game. That model.
That sounds like
instead of
sounds
like
dirty.
That
the
sounds
way you
very,
phrased
very
it.
dirty. Service the shit out of that game.
Mitch.
They need
Mitch,
to fix it. They've dug
I'm
the
gonna need
hole.
you to
They
put
need
them
to start
way
filling
up
it
inside
in.
your butthole.
Yeah, pretty much. they literally need to crack down and get this game fixed because they're losing. I mean, it's a 6 out of 10, and like I said, I actually, when I watched Scott play it, I was just like, oh, this game doesn't seem too bad. It looks kind of fun. And then, news hits.
If they built stuff into it, if they kept working on it, if they kept working on it, if they kept working, I know, and if they kept working on it,
And if they kept working on it.
How many times are they going to keep working on it?
Yeah, if they keep working on it, like, look, Mitch has said this in the past, all right? This is why I brought you up, Mitch, and I'm surprised you're being quiet on this. It's basically like, you said this not only in an article, but also you've said on
I
a
say
few
a lot
different
of
occasions.
things.
Yes,
Don't bring it up. You're
But-
going to hurt his feelings.
Oh
Don't
my
say
God.
it. Don't bring it up.
Here we
We
go.
promised not to talk about that game anymore, Fallon. You've brought it up once already. Don't bring up those feelings. Just don't.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Your famous $60 mistake.
Of Unity? But what are you talking about, Fallon?
I'm talking. I don't even know anymore.
No, come on.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. Right there.
official.
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know
my
anymore.
Yes.
It's turned into a giant
Achievement
clusterfuck.
unlocked.
That's right.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
know. anymore.
We don't know anymore.
We
Fallon,
just don't know anymore.
you want to recover this? Or we just want to let it die?
Listen, Mitch. I'm gonna make one last attempt here, okay, to get to the heart of this thing, okay?
Do it.
Oh God!
Damn
Oh, my
it!
head's
You
hurting just
said
thinking about it.
before, okay, with the sales and the marketing plan, everything else for games, that some games come out with like a high price point, they drop off quickly within the
Yes.
first 6 months.
Yes.
Okay, as opposed to other games which start off lower, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't drop their price because why? Because they are doing what?
They keep adding additional content that keeps
Right.
the price the same instead of creating like a
Yeah,
season
you'll
pass.
you'll end up
Exactly.
paying the full price.
That's
for it.
Right.
and that's
you add
what
value
I think.
so that you can demand the full price and not have to drop it.
Precisely. And that's exactly the one route of salvation for No Man's Sky that I see. Is it's like, okay, guys, you took a hit in the beginning, fine. But if you keep working on this and you basically do it, you can still sell this game you don't have to drop the price. It doesn't have to go away. You can basically turn those reviews around and basically make this the game it should have
Turn
been
that
initially.
frown upside down.
That's right.
My God.
I'm honestly, I can get behind that, and I hope they do, because like I said, I was interested in the game,
Yeah.
I'm not.
and they
It
have
looked
to,
really good.
and yeah, it looks great, and if they can turn it around, yes, I will probably get it.
Yeah,
But if
and
they
all the
don't-
interest it had, I mean, all the people that bought into this, people were excited about it. So basically, it's like there's interest out there, and you're at least keeping some of your core following, and that core following will stay with you. Those people who are not asking for refunds, who are still playing the game, who think even now it's a good game, they're going to stay with you, and you could. I've seen other games do this successfully. I really have. Where the reviews start off negative, the game comes back 6 to 12 months later or a year later or whatever, and basically, it's gotten better. They've fixed things. They've added things. They've gotten rid of the problems, and things like that. Treat it like that model that I just had Mitch, say, basically that, you service the game for the years that come, and you don't need to drop the price or anything else because it ends up being a better game eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I hope sooner and later for their sake, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
this thing here with they're
It's
taking
turning into a
refunds regardless
disaster.
of the amount of time they put into it is a big hit in their bank account.
Yeah.
Sure. But maybe they don't need to do it sooner than later because obviously, it's sometimes you need some time for this stuff to wash under the bridge.
Well, I look at
yeah.
it this way: is that if Sony works out their stuff and so does Amazon, and they don't care how many hours you put in this game and there's no time limit, I think that Hello Games themselves does have a time limit to fix this game and get it going again, because if they don't, they're going to continuously lose money if there's no cap on hours and time length of bought.
You hear that? You hear that, Hello Games? You got to put a tourniquet on this and turn it around.
You
right?
really do.
You got the future
You
hangs in
gotta
the balance.
suck the venom out first.
Or you need to put a cap on how many hours and how long you've had the game. And then
That's right.
and then there does have to be a quick turnaround
That's
to
right.
get this game back to where it should have been from the start.
That's right.
But I don't know, like I said, with all the interviews, and even Mitch pointed out with him saying yeah and then laughing about it, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, Brad.
I can't feel bad for the guy. I can't feel bad for the guy for losing any money
Sure.
at all.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
exactly.
imitating him for a moment.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
That's
no,
something you can do. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
sure. We won't put a stick. We won't put a sticker on it. No.
Sure.
God, no.
Of course.
Yeah.
It has. Yeah. You can do
Yeah,
that.
you
Why
can.
not?
Yeah. Sure. Definitely a thing.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a meaty episode.
It was.
This turned out to be a meaty
Meaty.
episode.
Well,
So
go
we
get your
hope-
refunds.
Go get your refunds, I guess. We'll end
This
it
is more than I
there.
was expecting. I'm offended.
Oh, God. We're out of here.
Triggered.
Bye.
Triggered. Bye. Get even more Pause Your Game content through the week by following us on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and yes, even Google+. Just search for Pause Your Game. And if you enjoyed this episode, please take the time to write us a review on your platform of choice. Every review goes a long way in helping us spread the word of Pause Your Game podcast. Thanks for listening. We will see you next time.